have heard of the term balance and equated it with a physical component or ability, such as balancing a book on one's head, or a gymnast having balance on a high beam. But, did you know there is another type of balance? This type of balance is more all-encompassing and is applied to all aspects of life. Balance, in this sense, is about reaching a happy medium with our lives and trying to avoid extremes. So today in this video I will share with you our 4 aspects of life. The spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical function as one permeating and cooperative scheme. Balancing the 4 aspects of life. If you are new to this channel, consider subscribing and click the bell notification, so that you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Now let's start. These 4 quadrants vary in vibrational level, and most individuals can only feel the physical. What affects in one quadrant affects the others, and being aware of how this happens will help strike a good balance. 1. Physical wellness. The definition of wellness is a spectrum. Through a complex process, a person becomes aware and makes sound choices for the pursuit of physical, emotional, spiritual, social, and rational wholeness. Here are additional thoughts about what physical health is. Knowledge of the true identity of the body, depth of emotions, stress patterns, reactions, balance, and harmony. Honoring your own uniqueness and diversity of your body. Engaging in patterns that lead you to a higher level of health. Bettered cardiovascular, flexibility, strength capacity. Better knowledge about functional nutrition. Wellness is an interactive procedure of becoming cognizant of and exercising sound choices to produce a more successful and equilibrated lifestyle. Physical health is not achieved overnight. It is cultivated over time. You should value and appreciate the connection between good nutrition and body performance. Good physical health is your choice. I personally believe that everyone has the capacity and duty to take the necessary steps to improve their physical health. Physical health includes understanding that eating well, physical exertion, and choosing a healthy lifestyle are important. That arriving at healthier lifestyle choices will have a greater impact on how you feel tomorrow, how long you live, and perhaps your quality of life. What would you consider your most valuable asset? Your house? Your car? Antique collection? What about your body? This is definitely your most valuable possession because, without it, you wouldn't be here. How well do you take care of your body? Do you exercise daily? Eat healthy food, drink enough water and get enough rest? Don't bother. I'm not going to turn this into a big soapbox speech, because I've been equally guilty of not providing my body with care and caring for its virtues. Most of us are the same. We live in times of high stress, fast pace, and abundant fast food. For those of us who just need to walk a few steps from our desk to the kitchen, the allure of snacking is even greater. Who has the time to work out and eat a balanced diet? Still, it's important to understand that neglecting our physical well-being can affect us mentally and spiritually. The union of mind, body, spirit, emotions is strong. If we disregard one area, others will suffer in the same way. The goal should be to achieve a nice, even balance between all 4. I am learning that it is not as difficult as it seems. It just takes a little effort. My biggest mistake over the years has been to believe that taking proper care of my body will take an endless amount of time. I'm too busy to work out. I don't have time to fix proper meals. I'll just pick something up fast. I have a lot to do. But after avoiding my physical well-being, I found myself unable to be productive and effective in other areas. I had little vitality, I couldn't center, and normally felt rotten day in and day out. It does not take much time to cure our bodies. In fact, by focusing more on my physical health as of late, I can say that I am gaining time, as my focus and vitality levels are much fuller, and I do more during the day. I also sleep better at night. You might be asking, how much time and work does it take? Here are the things I've been executing for myself. Workout. That was the biggest hurdle for me because I tend to be lazy. When I sit at my desk, I'm glued to it all day. If I don't work out first thing in the day, I'll keep delaying it. So I started doing my exercise immediately after getting up. I spend about 30 minutes, hours on walking, plus some lightweight routines. I had to force myself initially, but now that I'm getting into the habit, I feel stronger and even look forward to my morning walks. If you rave about exercise as I did, try to make it your first priority when you wake up, and then you have the rest of the day to accomplish whatever you need to do. Nutrients. I've always been addicted to fast food. It wasn't that I favored that kind of food, but it just seemed easy. But I ultimately recognized that raw veggies and fruit might be fast foods, likewise. I also started wiping out sugar for the most part and alternated it to whole grains rather than white, highly refined foods. I try to eat more whole foods. Instead of snacking on some chips, why not eat some nuts, seeds, fruits, or veggies? Water. Similarly, I also started drinking more and more glasses of water throughout the day and immediately started feeling better. Did you know that the most common symptoms of dehydration are fatigue, lethargy, muscle weakness, headache, dizziness, and forgetfulness? It definitely describes me, and it's no surprise, as I was drinking quite a bit of coffee and soda. Increasing my water intake made a huge difference in my energy state and mental condition. You don't need to drink gallons of water, just a couple of glasses a day will go. Sleep. I am one of those individuals who really need a full 8 hours of sleep at night or I get crabby. Some people may be out of less sleep, but most of us are still getting less than our bodies really need. You might assume that getting less sleep will make you get more done. But consider this. If you don't get enough rest, you'll be dragging yourself through the day and have to focus harder on your work, as your mind simply want to take rest. But if you dedicate a full 8 hours to sleep, you'll feel much more attentive and energized during the day, and be able to achieve even more. It's really a matter of cultivating new habits to replace old habits. Exercise will take some time, but once again, it can make such a big difference in your energy level. We need to make an effort to cherish our beautiful bodies because we only get one. They really are our most valuable asset, and if we don't respect them, who else will? 2. Emotional wellness. How you face today's challenges will affect your future life to some extent. Acquiring the skills needed to address emotional wellness will provide you with a foundation for mental and emotional health. There are many aspects to emotional wellness. Simply put, it's based on self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, and behavior that's appropriate and sound. Somebody who's emotionally fit understands and adjusts to change, manages stress, have a confident self-concept, have the power to love and cherish others, can act independently to meet own needs. Everyone has trouble, including emotionally fit individuals. Emotionally fit individuals are able to adapt and resolve issues, and in doing so they help other people as well as themselves find life satisfaction. Stress is not inherently negative or positive. What determines whether an event is negative or positive is your version. The meaning of this point is that you are able to control your view of events, though not inevitably the events themselves, and thereby control tension. Stress is an unavoidable component of life. To survive is to pass through the joys and let go of the stress. Since stress is unavoidable, it's important to learn to live with it and make it work for you. Many people mistakenly believe that this is a sign of weakness or a failure to acknowledge that they experience stress. Problems arise when we don't realize that stress is causing normal difficulties and can be handled successfully. What are the dangers of not controlling stress? Constant stress puts a load on the body and mind, as a result of which you may not perform at your best. If stress becomes unrecognized, it can exhaust you and induce mixed physical and emotional symptoms. As a result of which you become physically ill or even emotionally broken. Since your body's ability to live with stress is not inexhaustible, there is a point at which you become exhausted. If your body cannot handle stress, the system becomes overcharged and exhaustion is inevitable. To reduce physical stress, be aware of your own biorhythms. For example, what times you are most alert, interested, and active. Most of us instinctively identify whether we are a night person or a morning person. Assign your most difficult tasks to your high-powered time and your repetitious chores or relaxation to your low-energy periods. You may not have recognized that what you regularly eat and drink contains substances that cause dietary stress. Like caffeine, diet pills, etc. Exercise is an easy way to release stress. Any type of exercise releases the extra adrenaline provided by the stress response. Similarly, exercise releases endorphins, natural pain relievers, and energizing chemicals that help you feel relaxed and energized after a workout. Many people use exercise as their major stress reliever. Aerobics for 20 or more minutes a day appears to be most helpful in warding off the stress response. Dancing, weightlifting, walking can also work if you like them. Breathing techniques and exercises have been used for eras to calm the center of the body. When you are under stress, your breathing becomes shallow and your muscles tighten. By breathing deeply, you reduce muscle tension and reduce body stimulation. 3. Spiritual well-being. Spiritual well-being means mixing our beliefs and values with our actions. Purposefulness, direction, and awareness are key. Realizing which values, rights, and obligations take some thought and discussion. The first step in developing values and spiritual well-being is to analyze one's own values: respect, honesty, human life, loved ones, education, religion, health, wealth, community service, and diversity. Talk about values with other people. Spend time and act in line with your values and the values of the community, society. Everyone feels anxious, uncomfortable, or uncomfortably upset at some point. Here are some pointers to help you reduce emotional disturbances and improve your spiritual health. A calm soul can be achieved by discovering imbalances in your body and mind and by changing your thoughts and actions to bring them back into balance. Keep track of changes in your breathing. If you're feeling anxious or uncomfortable at all, try noticing any changes in your breathing. Stress can lead to overbreathing. Calm down any fast-paced breaths by replacing them with frequent, slow breaths. Daily meditation is helpful for maintaining healthy breathing and is likewise a great preventive measure to reduce worries. Clear your mind of disturbing thoughts. Whenever you are feeling restless or mentally distressed, it is helpful to temporarily clear your mind of all the thoughts that are bothering you. It is not healthy to focus on your problems round the clock. Guided visualizations are first-class mental escapes that can help take your mind off anything that is bothering you. See yourself in a special dream episode where you can open up and recover your coping skills. Choose a sea view, garden, or any natural peaceful view. Baby your mind, body, and soul. Take yourself out of chaos and give yourself some alone time. Lock yourself in the shower and take that much-needed soak in the tub. A bubble bath is your ticket to peace of mind. Try a walk in the park, or sit comfy on the couch and enjoy an entertaining book. Get your head together before you react. Everyone has made the mistake of being extraordinarily reactive at some point or another. We all intensify our struggle by reacting without getting the facts first. The situation requires some sort of feedback, but please relax your response. You will address a stressful situation in a less agitated state if you take the time to comprehensively assess the situation. You will arrive at a solution first. Put your head together before deciding on a response. Keep some distance from other people. You may need to step back and create a distance between yourself and someone who makes you feel uncomfortable. It's important to step back from other people when you're feeling the deluge so that you can reserve your energy. Placing protective boundaries can give you another perspective so that you can more fully understand and better meet difficult spots. Be a concerned parent to your inner child. Often when we, as grown-ups, are going through situations that make us feel uncomfortable or vulnerable, our thoughts will address our childhood memories when we had passed through fear or solitude. When young people feel small and lost, they look to their parents or protectors for protection. Take some time to be a warm and loving parent to your inner child. Tell him, or her, that the two of you will get through this difficult time. Hug yourself. Don't be foolish, you know you wish to. Go ahead, just do it. Silencing that hurtful voice inside your head. Unfortunately, we can be our own worst enemy. Don't chew on yourself for not being able to meet your goals. You are trying your best. Refuse to listen to that hurtful voice inside your head that tells you you're not good enough. You are doing just fine. Repeat yourself every day. You are great. It's okay to ask for help. Trying to get involved in everything alone can be frustrating for anyone. We cannot do everything by ourselves. If problems come, ask for help. Take a spiritual relaxation. You may need to take a long break from work, or you feel that you need to run away from your loved ones for a few days to find rest. While an average vacation can give stress of its own, a spiritual retreat helps the soul. You will return home refreshed and able to cope with the stresses of your day-to-day life more easily. 4. Mind wellness. Happiness is still for the most part an unknown territory. It seems like a hidden, shallow secret. In fact, the mind and body are one system. We are constantly discovering more about how our mental health affects our physical health. A powerful concept to remind yourself. You can be happy, means that you are the only person who can take action and evaluate what works for you. And you refers to the mind that comes from your own, truly individual, unique, and ever-evolving mind, which only you can train. Every human being can become a sculptor of his own mind. Each of us has immense potential. Every moment, you decide what to pay attention to. You can focus on the negative and thus discipline your mind to focus on the negative. You can decide to watch television for 5 hours in a row, making your brain a passive watcher of events. Or you can do the reverse. Attention works outward and inward. You can focus on your own meaningful feelings or try to dismiss them. Too often, we're not aware of the choices we're actually making and their importance, so practices like mindfulness meditation can help. Being happy is as much a noble endeavor as our efforts to get healthy and slim through our training and professional careers, or by exercising our bodies. Being happy is subjective. No scientist can look at you. No machine can read and measure happiness. However, there are means to assessing and train being more pleased. Cherishing the good things about life over and over again and creating positive emotions are key allies. The question should not be whether you are happy but whether you are capable of making yourself happy. The search for happiness begins to become more real and performable. In short, you can train your mind to be happy. 5. How are you spending your time? I clearly experienced a glare the other day. I recognized how I was lagging on my commitments and feeling more stressed. I had fallen for the temptation of the pressing importance and was chasing the bright baubles of fake productivity. And it wasn't because I didn't have enough time, although it would have been a minor, and irresponsible, excuse. It was because I let myself be guided by it, instead of directing my schedule. Do you ever feel like you're too busy doing what you want to do, but aren't sure if you're doing what you should be doing? It's cool to think that we're spending all of our time and energy climbing a ladder, just to the top, and find that it's leaning against the wrong wall. I have a technique I've utilized throughout the years to help me figure out what I should be doing, quickly. Pressing is not important all the time. If you find your life spinning out of control, you need to understand 4 important areas and why they are important. Area 1. There are matters in your life that are both pressing and important. Things like deadline-driven jobs and crises. We all have Area 1 activities in our lives, however, if you're feeling burned out, chances are you stay here. Area 2. Full of matters that do not press but important, which can range from spending quality time with your loved ones regularly. They won't insist on you like a deadline, but they are an important part of quality life. The more time you spend in Area 2, the more effective and less time you will spend in Area 1 by planning, building up your strengths, and organizing things. Area 3 is where the pressing but not important things reside. Some calls, meetings, 11th-hour appointments that seem stressful but aren't really important fall in Area 3. Area 4 is where the frivolous, not pressing and not crucial stuff is. Chilling in front of a television set, learning nothing, or doing nothing is an Area 4 activity. It is clear that we should spend most of our time in Areas 1 and 2. Spending too much time in Area 3 and 4 wastes your time, stresses you out, and reduce your ability to perform in actual Area 1 and 3 activities. Where do you think you are spending most of your time today? 6. Steps to get into a flow. Now, here's a different powerful technique to get you in a good pattern and get your life on track. What roles are you responsible for? We all play a lot of roles in our life. I can be a mother, employee, writer, teacher, manager, sister, friend, an artist, daughter, depending on where I am, what I am doing, and who I am with. Write them all down. Now, considering each role, and ask yourself, what is the most important thing you've been doing for this role? What is the most important thing you can do for the coming week? Break that goal down into actionable measures. The measures are simple enough that you are able to take and schedule them in the coming week so that they become real. This will prompt you to switch from Area 3 and Area 4 to Area 2 activities that have the essence, and to defeat the authoritarianism of fake pressure that is really important to you. If you're still feeling stressed and swamped down, here are 3 easy ways to overcome your overload and reduce the anxiety you feel in your life. 7. Ditch it, show it and do it. 1. Ditch it. Do a mental ditch. Get everything you think you should, desire and do, out of your mind and into something else, a sheet of paper or a text file on your computer. Write it all down. 2. Shove it. If we had our way, we would accomplish everything on our lists. But if you are already suffering from overburden, chances are you don't have adequate time to accomplish everything you wish. Considering the list, what do you want to keep there and what do you want to get rid of? Sort this into 2 lists: actionable ones you want to hold and follow, and someday, perhaps, for those you do not. And then, be as selective as you can. Which are important and meaningful work do you want to have in your life? C. Do it. With an actionable list in mind, what are the most important and meaningful actions to take in the coming week? Schedule them and make them tangible. 8. Stay on track. But how do you stay the course? It can be really stress-relieving, motivating to clear your head and to organize goals that are important to your roles. However, how do you make sure you are on track? There are 2 techniques here. They are simple, but not always easy. 1. Review daily. Keep your goals and daily activities in a place where you can see them daily. Also, keep your steps easy and actionable. 2. Reviews weekly. Each week, critically review your roles and goals. Are they still most important, or have your priorities changed? If you feel that your mind is too heavy, then ditch, shove and do it. These 2 steps are simple, but not always easy, as they demand consistent action. The only tangible peace of mind is in recognizing that day to day, You are taking steps in the direction that is important to you and constant review of where you are and where you want to go. Overall wellness involves balancing your mind, body, emotions, and spirit. Not only will this supercharge your mood, but it can also help your body heal itself. Taking a few moments throughout the day to unite these 4 areas can bring peace and happiness to all aspects of our lives. Be happy. Be peaceful. Love you all.